Hi, since a few students had questions about the binomial distribution, I just want to walk through some quick problems just to kind of explain it to you. So first of all, you need to know if something's binomial distribution or not. And binomial, bi means two. So pretty much what you're doing is you're looking to see if something has two outcomes or not. So this first one says you randomly select 12 jurors and record their ethnicity. So ethnicity could be many more than two different ethnicity. So since it's not just two things, then it is not a binomial distribution because there are more than two ethnicities or more than two outcomes. Surveying jurors and recording whether there is a no response when they are asked if they've been convicted of a felony. So their response when they're convicted of a felony would be yes or no, period. There's no other one. So that means there's two responses, so it's binomial. Recording the biological gender of newborn babies, okay? They're male or female, so that is a binomial distribution. Roll a fair die and record the number of times that a 2 appears. A 2 could appear 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. That is not a binomial distribution because there are more than two answers to that question. So 2, again, is binomial. They stop 50 cars at random and record the number of drivers talking on their cell phones at the time when they stop them. Okay, they're either talking on their cell phone or they're not. So there's only two responses to that. So that, again, is a binomial distribution. So I hope that helps. Okay, so now let's look at one of the scenarios. A survey finds that 39% of employed adults believed if they lost their job, it'd be easy to find another one. Suppose a random sample of 8 adults is selected. What's the probability that blah, 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 blah? Okay, so they either think it's easy to find another job with a similar salary or they don't. So that is why it's a binomial distribution. And what we need to know is how many is in the sample, because 0 adults could think it's easier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 8, okay? And we also need to know the original probability of that the survey found, or your original probability. So now I'm going to go to Minitab and tell you how to put that in. So we have our number of adults. So I'm going to put number of adults. And remember, they surveyed 8. So you always start with 0 here, okay? So always start with 0 because an answer could be 0 of the adults thought it would be easier. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 8. So the answer could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 when you survey those 8 adults. So those are your answers when how many adults is the question. Okay, but remember, their response is either they think it's easy or they don't think it's easy, and that's why it is a binomial distribution. Okay, once we do that, then all we have to do is make sure we know the percentage here, or the probability is 0.39 or 39%. So I'm going to calculate the binomial distribution. So I hit calculate. The probability distribution. The probability density is what you choose here. And my values are in a column, and my values are in C1. It's not a normal distribution. What kind of distribution is it? It is a binomial distribution. There are 8 trials because we said that there were 8 people in our sample. And the event probability, you have to put it in as a probability, and probability is always a number, but is always a number between 0 and 1. So instead of percent form, which that problem gave us percent, you have to put it in as 0.39. We can display a value, probability, a table up above in Minitab, but I like to store it in a column, so I'm going to tell it to store it in a column. And there we have it. There's the probability that 0 adults say that they think it would be easier to find a job. Here's the probability that 8 of them would say that. Okay, so you can see that 0 saying it and 8 saying it are really small probabilities. Remember, if we move the decimal place 2 places to the right, that would be 1.9%. 0, say that's 1.9% chance or probability. Really, it's not probability, a percentage of adults say that there's 0 chance of getting another job. Okay, so let's go answer just a few of these problems. What is the probability that 6 of those adults? So go find the 6 and round your answer to 3 decimal places. 6 of them is 0.0366, so that answer rounded to 3 decimal places, 0.037. So I'm going to go answer 0.037. What is the probability no more than 6? That means it can't be the 7 or 8, and it's everything below that. So no more than 6, you're going to total all of these numbers and choose that answer. Okay, so you're going to total all those numbers and choose that answer. Okay, so be careful totaling those up. That was no more than 6. What is the probability that 0 adults? So what is the probability that 0? That's rounded to 3 decimal places, 0.019. 0.019. Okay, so I hope this video helps you. Make sure you pay attention in the video if it says more than or less than or no more than. You can draw yourself a number line to help you out with those as well. Thanks for listening.